Welcome all. So after the introduction of UAVs and classification and application, now we are moving to the components. So now you can say in terms of in place of UAV, I'm discussing quadcopter. So here basically drone means quadcopter, not a plane. That I have told you what are the differences. So in quadcopter, there are multiple components are there. So we'll try to explain you all the components one by one. So first of all is frame, the body of the drone, how the drone will look like. Is it four motors? Is it six motor? Is it eight motors? Is it X shape or is it plus shape? Which kind of drone you want to purchase or which kind of drone you want to make is and it is required for your application. So first of all, the major component is frame. Next component is motor. To fly the drone, we need motors. So I think what are the motors? So in the market there are multiple motors are there. So basically motor used to basically fly the drone or move the motors, move the propellers. In the market there are multiple like DC, AC motor are there, but in this drone we are using BLDC motor. We'll tell you what is BLDC motor, brushless DC motor. Next component is ESC, electronic speed controller. You can say simply it's a kind of controller of the motor. It's a kind of controller of the motor. You can say it's a speed controller. So basically it will just control the flow of current, how much current you want to pass to the motor. So it will basically control the speed and direction of motor. Okay, the next component is flight controller, or you can say in terms of layman language it is a brain. Okay, the market multiple kind of flight controller are available. Some are low cost low capability, some are high cost high capability. Okay, so it could be work with basically with two input, one with the help of remote controller and second with the help of sensors. It will just take the both the inputs and process it and then instruct to the motors. This is the basic flight controllers are there. In the communication part, basically you want to control the drone, you want to send control signal or data signal to a drone, then you need communication. The multiple communication mode are there. We'll try to cover some in the lecture. And the propeller, because only motor is not able to help us to fly a drone. Motor will rotate propeller and propeller will generate the thrust to make it fly the drone vehicle. So like there are some components there. One more is there, the battery. And so like we are using LiPo battery in our case. So battery which give power to rotate the motor and to uh, start the flight controllers. So all these things we need power. So power is getting by battery, but we need high discharged battery. So that's why we are using LiPo battery. So again, there are so many sensors are there that could be a component or drone. So it's according to the application what you want to implement. The application is the component are decide which component is required for the drone. Now one by one we'll start the see what is the requirement of the components and drone. So first of all is frame. You can see this is a kind of frame is there. Okay, so frame is there, but we have to see how to choose a frame. What kind of frame is required for your drone or for your quadcopter? The best definition is purpose decide. or you can say requirement, application will define what is the frame type you have a requirement, what is the suitable frame for your drone. Suppose you want to carry big payload, so you need maybe bigger like multiple wing or 8 wing 6 wing drone. Or if you want to just carry a camera or just for monitoring surveillance, then you can use 4 wing, or basically you can say quadcopter structure is okay. So according to the application you can decide which one is required for your application. Okay, next you can see the type of drone. The multiple type of drones are available in the market. Okay, so according to that you can choose the type of frame. So you can say some for normal aerial inspection or aerial movement, like for some particular application. Some are for racings, because people love like bike racing, similar like drone racing also. There are so many competition happening in the India also. So the racing style drone again have different frame, and then you have some kind of freestyle, just like for hobby purposes. Okay, so like for aerial you need different kind of maybe heavy or maybe maybe for high payload capacity drone is required. So you can see this could be used for cinematography, high definition camera, and strong and solid frame, because sometimes you need to carry payload also. Racing basically you need lightweight, lightweight drone, lightweight frame is required because you want to fly it faster. That is the main use of in the racing drone. So we need lightweight frame. Okay, and freestyle you can say you can just use for hobby. So you can decide the frame according to your budget, according to your review, or according to the learning purpose, which is easy to fly, easy to make it. So basically this is the application which tell us which kind of frame is suitable for a drone. The market generally like carbon kind of frame is suitable for all the purposes. It's slightly costlier one, but it's give you more reliability or more durability. If you are still like if your drone is falling from the height, then there's some chances that carbon can absorb the shock and can it will not break the drone. Then you can see we have aluminum and fiberglass. So people some can use it because sometimes they are removed to fly above the uh, fire and all these condition. Then we can maybe suitable aluminum condition. But again, there's other issue are also there with this aluminum kind of structure drone. And there are again other factors are there which kind of frame is suitable. So you can say first of all weight. Are you want to make a lightweight? Are you going to make it high weight? So it's again application. What is the size you want? Okay, you want a smaller one for racing, you want bigger one for carrying payload. What is the layout? Again, layout could be X plus any structure. Okay, so all the structure basically layout is there. What kind of layout is suitable for your project? And stiffness, maybe you can use carbon material, or you don't need any stiffness in the drone because you want to uh, fly in some kind of risky areas. Then basically what is your budget and what is the review. You can depend like market multiple kind of drones are available. So according to review you can choose which one is suitable for your project. So these are basic parameters that can help you to decide which frame is suitable. Now you can see which motor is required for your application, for your drone. So how to choose a motor. This you can see this is a motor is there. This called BLDC motor. This complete name is brushless DC motor. DC means direct current. Okay, so you can say there are three connections are there. So basically two will be used for power, positive and negative, and third one is for signal. This is the basic structure of the motors. Then to check which motor is required for your project, then we can see, like basically we can use the estimate the weight of drone. According to the weight of drone, we can choose which motor is required for your project. Then we can identify the frame. After identifying the frame, we have some idea what kind of motor we can use. Okay, so you will get an idea what motor and what propeller to use on that frame, because if your frame size is bigger, then you need bigger motor because they will use bigger propellers. So all are interlinked. So according to that, we can choose which one is required for your project, or you can say most of them suggest you while buying the frame. When you decide the which frame is required, that time you can choose the motor and propellers. There is one term is there, thrust to weight ratio. So basically, to choose the motor, we need to identify the weight of drone, because ultimately the drone will carry the motors will carry the motor will carry that weight by generating thrust. So thrust to weight is one ratio is there. If you're fulfilling that ratio, then your motors can easily lift up the drone. So it is important that your motor can produce around 50% more thrust, around 50% more thrust than the total weight of your drone. Okay, extra thrust will be helpful in your wind and during aggressive flight maneuver. Suppose you are let me complete the slide, then I'll tell you example. For example, if your drone weight is around 600 gram, if your drone weight is around 600 gram, then according to calculation, it's saying 50% more. So you can say into 1.5. So it's around 900 gram thrust required. Okay, but for extreme case, we can just take it 1.2 kg thrust. So suppose if any wind condition is there, if any um, uh, storm is there, then again your drone can be easily fly in that condition. If suppose you are taking exactly same thrust, what is the weight of drone, then if any conditions are changed and the drone get extra weight due to wind, then you cannot handle that drone. Then your drone just simply fall down. So better you can just take extra thrust that will helpful to your flying. Next is a KV rating. So basically KV rating is used for motors. We can identify what is the RPM of the motors. Okay, so KV rating tell us what is the RPM, rotation per minute. A motor will spin at full throttle, at full power. Okay, so at a certain voltage we can calculate the RPM. So KV, basically KV into voltage, so we can use to calculate RPM. If you need high performance drone, then you need high KV rating. Simple na? If your high KV rating is there, then you can go for high performance drone. If you need last longer and more stable, like you want to stable it for longer time, then you need power with least amount. Then you need to power with least amount. So low RPM are ideal. Okay, so both case has pros and cons. So if you need high performance, then you need high KV rating. If you want a longer and stable, then you need low RPM or low KV rating. Then the next component is propellers. With the help of motor, the propeller will move. So just I'm just telling you basic concept about propeller. Propeller are used to generate thrust, because motor are not generating thrust. Thrust are generating by the propeller, and torque to keep your drone flying and maneuver. The faster they spin, more thrust they produce. As faster as they move, they will generate more thrust. And torque is produced when they move up and down. When they go up and go down, they will generate torque. To balance all the torque, to balance the torque of the old propeller, don't rotate in same direction. In the coming slide will tell you how the motors are moving in different direction. Suppose you have one drone in which two motors are there. So the two nearby motor will not always move in the same direction. If it is moving in clock direction, then it will automatically move in anti-clock direction. So basically, they want to cancel out the effect. That's why they are using this kind of mechanism. The length of propeller, what is the length of propeller, is measured from one tip to other tip. I think it's very simple, clear. So basically one tip to other tip. This is the length of the propeller. And pitch, the distance traveled by the propeller in a single rotation. Suppose your propeller is there, okay, after the one rotation, how much distance is traveled, that is basically your pitch. Generally the frame idea will give you what is the requirement of. So you can see air will pass on with this side. Let me show you the. So it will go from this side, it will come out from this side. It's depend on according to shape, the motor of movement. Na? So these conditions will help us to fly a drone. Clear? Similarly, in Hexa X, you can see the motor number 4, 5 and 3 are moving in clockwise, where 1, 2 and 6 are moving in counterclockwise. So again you can see in this case we'll go this side, this side, this side, and these are for exit. Similarly, this is called Hexa X and Hexa Plus, and this is for Octa X and Octa Plus. Similar structure is there. You can see in this again 4 motors are there, 5, 6, 7, 8 for clockwise, and again 2, 1, 3, 4 for counterclockwise. Similarly, you can see, but in tricopter, all are moving in same direction. Maybe in anti-clockwise, you can say. I hope it is clear with my propellers. So basically, it will just generating momentum, velocity momentum. To cancel out this velocity momentum, we need to rotate in opposite direction. Then impact of size and pitch. If it is too smaller, if it is too bigger, then what is the disadvantage and advantage of size and pitch? The propeller with small size will be easy to stop and speed up. It's very clear. You can see the example of a fan. If we have small fan in our home, so it will just start too fast and will stop too slow. Like again, it will start and stop with high speed. But if we have bigger propeller, it will take time because it needs high power to rotate, and again it will take time to stop the propeller. The same case with the this propeller, and bigger size propeller will take time to fly, basically to rotate. One more thing, if low pitch propeller will low pitch propeller will consume less power and thus will have positive impact of steadiness, but it will provide low speed. If your pitch is high, then speed is also high. If your pitch is low, then speed is low. Simple. So this similar case, if your high pitch propeller, then it will give you high speed. But the same case, it will consume more power because this propeller have to cover maximum area in a short span of time. Then it need extra power, extra force. Clear? So it can be have a negative impact of steadiness of the propeller. So there again there are multiple materials are there. It consists of materials maybe carbon, wood, plastic. Carbon and wood propeller are a bit hard and provide smooth flight. Plastic propeller are more durable and reliable. It's very simple, it's clear thing. So other factor like maybe like shape, what kind of shape is there? X plus 6 is there. Or maybe octa is there, okay? And number of players like 4, 6, 8, 3. Then the next component is ESC. ESC is basically electronic speed control. So basically they are used to control the speed of motors. So ESC receive throttle signal from flight controller and drive the motor at that speed. So just pass on the signal from the flight controller to the motors. It tells the amount of ampere it provides to the motor for particular instructions that it is got it from the flight controller. ESC also tells us which battery is supported. So you can see one side they have three connections basically for three motors. I told you positive, negative and signal, okay? And you can see similarly this also side like you can see one is power, positive, negative and one is signal. Same structure what we are seeing in the motor part, and again you have three connection for the signal that is getting from the flight controller. This attachment is used for flight controller, this is for motor. The next component is flight controller, actually it is brain. Okay, the flight controller is a circuit board with sensor that detect the orientation change. It receives the user command. Okay, you need to choose flight controller according to your purpose of your drone. Like sometimes you need GPS, sometimes you don't need GPS, sometimes you need LiDAR, sometimes you need ultrasonic. According to the application, you can choose which flight controller is suitable. And every flight controller is not taking care of all the sensors. So like this sensor is there. The sensor name is KK board. It is not supporting this like GPS. So it can only support the basic sensor of accelerometer and gyroscope. So few sensors will be attached to flight controller and some of them you need to buy separately. So you can see in this accelerometer and gyroscope are already existed. So this will like you can say it will work with two input, either input from the remote or input from the sensor. Based on both the input, it will just send the output. So you can say I can just tell you this is the this is the front position and this is the back position. It's have four buttons for different purpose. So from this side it will take input and this side will just send the output to the motors. So this is the mainly flight controller is used for controlling the input, for taking the input and give the output to the motors. Then the last one we have is basically battery. Battery is used for giving power to the complete drone, flight controller, motors, all the components. So we are using LiPo battery is used for flying the drone, lithium polymer. Battery depend on size of drone and type of motor you are use. So basically multiple kind of battery are there, 2200 mAh, 1100, 5500. So it's according to your requirement, you can choose which one is required for your project. Basically, you can just check the battery discharge rate. What is the battery discharge rate? Then you can choose. Like you can see in this motor we have 2200 mAh battery, or you can check the review of battery by the charger of your battery accordingly. There are multiple chargers are coming. Now you can see advanced kind of charger are there which can be used for charge the battery, discharge the battery if it is overheated, overcharged. So all these things you can do with the help of advanced chargers. So take care of your battery as it's very sensitive and costly. Yeah. So market multiple kind of sensors are there. I'm just listing the three basic one: accelerometer, gyroscope, and barometer. So accelerometer is used for acceleration. You want to check the acceleration in X direction, in Y direction, in G direction, okay, of drone. And then gyroscope is used for orientation, orientation of the drone, in which side it is laying down, maybe in X side, maybe in Y side, maybe in Z side, which side it's slightly moving or the orientation is going. And then last one is barometer for pressure. It can be used for hand checking the pressure of the drone, like if any pressure of air, anything from any side, then can identify with the help of barometer. And we can also use to measure the altitude with the help of barometer. We'll tell you more about that in the coming lectures. So you can see there are basically four orientation are there: throttle, yaw, pitch, roll. So basically throttle is up down, yaw is basically rotation, pitch is basically forward backward, and roll is basically left right. Rotate and up down. You can see like these are the possible combination is there. So it basically depend on the movement of motor. According to the motor of movement of motor, it can tell you like what operation can do. So if your all four motors are moving, all motors with full speed, then it can go up and down, basically throttle. Okay, in yaw you can see these two motors, any two motors are moving with high speed, then it will turn in one direction. If other two are moving, it will turn in other direction. So you can see if one diagonal motor are moving with high speed, then it will just turn at one direction. Okay, so suppose you can see if clockwise motor start moving, if clockwise motor start moving, it will just turn into turn, right left turn. And if anti-clock motors are moving with high speed, this is counterclock, this is clockwise. So with clockwise we will get left turn, with counterclockwise we'll get right turn. Okay, so it control left and right rotation of the drone. After that you can see we have pitch basically to move forward and backward, forward and reverse movement. So you can see if you have seen the drone in the real life, so you can see that when drone moving forward, it's slightly tilted down because the forward movement was only helpful from the previous motors. And if you want to go reverse, then it will be do with the help of forward motors. So in one time when you want to move forward, then your previous two motors will move with high speed and will just turn up, but there is no support from the front motors. It will just force drone to move forward. And same case when we want to move reverse, then there is no support from the previous side, and it will help us to move reverse. The same scenario we are covering in the roll. Roll basically you can move left and right. Move left and right. So basically to move left, your right motors will move. To move right, your left motors will move. According to the drone, according to the motor movements, we can decide the drone movement, in which direction on it will be up, down, forward, reverse, left, right. What is the next instruction of the motors? Then you can see there are different communication modes are there in the drone. So you can see there radio control, Wi-Fi, infrared, Bluetooth, radio frequency. All these can be used for controlling the, or you can say transferring the control signal and data signal. So with this, you can see we can transfer the control and data signal. So generally, you can see we are using RF to transfer the data from remote controller to the drone. And this is the example of transmitter and receiver. This is the transmitter which we are taking in our hand, and this is the receiver that we are using for that the signal coming from transmitter could be received from this device. And then this device will send the signal to the flight controller. So you can see the process. This transmitter will send to the receiver through the wireless medium, and then after wireless medium it can just send the data to the flight controller. After flight controller it will just send to the ESC. It will process it here, send to ESC. After ESC it will send to motors. Okay, so this is the basic one. So I hope it is clear what are the components required for the basic drone flying. And you can see the application will depend what component is required for your project or for your drone. I hope you like my lecture. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.